Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. My name is Jamie Farney, principal at Dade County High School.
Brent Cooper, assistant principal at Dade County High School.
We're glad to be with you today as we're going to bring you a lot of information about things that are going on at the high school as we kind of wind down the school year, get ready for summer activities, and there's just a whole lot going on. But first and foremost, class night and graduation every year. It's the two-hit combo that we look forward to. It's our opportunity to celebrate our seniors and their achievements, and of course get them graduated, hand out the old sheepskin there, and send them on their way. We're really looking forward to that. Talk to us a little bit about class night, Mr. Cooper. What does it look like? I know a lot of people will turn up for graduation, a lot of community members, but a lot of times class night's not as heavily attended, and that's one of those opportunities where we would love to have as many people there as possible.
Yeah, class night is feels a little bit more laid back, than graduation does, and just a time to really recognize all of our kids and. They do the fun things like the prophecies and things for the seniors, and so the kids have a lot of fun there at class night, so we're looking forward to that. Both of those start at 7 o'clock, class night being tomorrow night, the 23rd, and graduation on the 24th.
Absolutely. Yeah, class night definitely it's one of those things where I think a lot of people just think, it's just going to be in a little award ceremony, but really it's led by the kids, and Taylor Warren, the senior class president, is kind of the host for the evening. Mr. Cooper and I and Ms. Barton will get up and hand out some awards and things like that. James Emmett and Ms. Clark talk about all the scholarships that have been offered to our students. We've got a total. It's not quite as high as last year, but it is certainly higher than years past. We are very proud of this group. We've got a lot of fine young individuals that really the biggest thing I've noticed is that they know where they're going, so they don't have scholarship offers from multiple schools, which usually we throw into the total. Karen Zing, for example, is going to Georgia Tech, and she has known all along that that's where she wanted to go, and so they've offered her a nice sum of money, but she didn't get offers from 10 different schools, so so it's kind of interesting how all that's played out, but it's really a great class, and like you said, class night's a fun night. Graduation, that's just around the corner too. That's Friday night, 7 o'clock. One thing I'd like to say about graduation is, we try to save a whole bunch of handicap parking at the front of the school, like where teachers and faculty normally park right there by the front door, and so we'll have local law enforcement helping us with that. For everyone else, you really need to get there early. Last year, there was a few seats left over, so it wasn't exactly standing room only, but there were a lot of people that were standing. And it's also good to know that, we've already turned the air conditioning down, so it's going to be as cool as we can possibly get it. And for those of you folks who maybe don't like the crowds as much, we always open up the auditorium and play like a live cast there, and it kind of works out well. Usually it stays a little cooler.
Yeah, there definitely will be a traffic jam there, depending on what time you come. So, yeah, get there early if you would like to have a seat inside the gym. And again, the auditorium's always a nice area to go for the overflow if it does happen to get a little too packed and you get claustrophobic. We've always have that as an option.
Absolutely. Or if you have like little kids or something like that aren't tolerating the noise as well, it's a little quieter environment there in the auditorium. So that's a good option. One thing that we will be doing also, I haven't talked to Mr. Cooper about this yet, but we always try to open up that back gate, at least we did last year, to allow people to go out through the neighborhood back there, and that kind of will help with our traffic pattern a little bit too. But we really do hope that you'll come out and join us for both class night on the 23rd and graduation on the 24th. They're actually coming in at 1 o'clock today to set up the stage, nice big stage.
Custodians have been really hard at work. They've got the gym clean, the mat down on the floor, and stage is coming in at 1 o'clock so that we can get ready for it.
You really don't think about all the time and effort that's put into running a nice graduation, nice class night. A lot of people kind of, don't think about all the little things that go into it. Earlier today, Mr. Cooper and I were working on the program and trying to get everything lined up, make sure everything's spelled correctly, because it's easy to make a mistake when you've got so many little fine details.
Yeah, I was thinking about our conversation. We had an option of maybe moving it to the football field, but that 92 degrees,
we're looking like geniuses right now. Yeah, I'm all for it in the future, looking at that. But yeah, the weather is always a big question mark, especially where we live. I mean, it can be a tornado, a thunderstorm, and all in the same hour, along with sunshine and hail. So that's always a big question.
I thought about that today when our lead custodian called, and he said you might want to call and check on the AC and make sure we got it turned down. We wouldn't have that option if we were in the football stands.
Yeah, like you said, 92 degrees, one of the hottest days on record.
Mm-hmm.
Global warming's real. Anyway, let's see. What else was I going to say? We've got several kids performing at graduation. We're looking forward to that. But again, want to invite you all out to both graduation and class night. And again, you don't have to have a kid graduating. You can just be a proud community member, one of those awesome Wolverines out there that live in Trenton or on the mountains, and come out and visit with us. We'd love to have you. And I like it when we got a full house.
Mm-hmm.
It's one time a year. It's going to get a little uncomfortable, probably get a little warm no matter how low we set the AC, but it's all for a great cause. Last year we kept it, I think, around an hour and a half, so it's not terrible, and it's a great opportunity for us to recognize those kids for all their accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we've got a fantastic group of seniors this year. I'm really going to hate to see them go. And one more thing before we go to the break, tell the folks at home about our senior prank and how that went.
Yeah, senior prank Sunday evening. Well, Sunday about 4 o'clock, Mr. Farney asked me if I'd like to come by and hang out at the lock-in, which was news to me. And I thought, yeah, I'll come hang out a little bit. Well, we actually stayed up the entire night with our seniors. We had a deal with them that we would allow them to, they brought the toilet paper and the streamers and set at the commons area so where it would be a shock to the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors as they came in that Monday morning. And so I didn't really know what I was walking into, but it was quite a sight. They had a lot of fun, moved some things around, and we just said under one condition, have it cleaned by 9 a.m. and we'll let you, have your way in the gym and the commons area, and you can roll one tree. You start a new tradition this year with the senior class of 2019. You can call it the senior tree, and they did a good job on it. Also did a good job on our vehicles.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, put some toilet paper and saran wrap on our vehicles and had a good time. But I know I'll remember it for a long time, and I hope that those kids had some good memories from staying up all night with us. I know.
Yeah.
The next night I got a lot of good sleep.
Yeah. Oh, I slept like a baby. Yeah. I'll say this, that again, it's a great group of kids, and we enjoyed like staying up, and we were playing cards with them and stuff like that. And I know it's a memory that I'll keep, and I'm sure they'll keep it too. So it was great to be able to hang out with them. But anyway, that's it for our first segment. We'll come back here after this short commercial break, talk a little bit about what's going on with athletics at Dade County High School. Hope you'll return.
A small bank with big service. Citizens Bank and Trust, offering a wide range of services, including online banking. Pay your bills, manage your account anytime, 24 hours a day. Your account balance is only a phone call away as well at 657-1234. Or visit our convenient locations. Lookout Mountain, Georgia, Higdon, Alabama, and our main branch on Highway 11 in Trenton. Citizens Bank and Trust, 657-5678. A community bank that believes in the community. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tennessee Valley Net, your local provider of fiber optic high-speed internet, TV with over 200 digital channels available, and phone service with lots of extras. Fiber optics from TVN is expanding to many areas. Call and see if TVN is available in your area. 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net today. Bundle and save on fiber optic high-speed internet, digital TV, and phone service. All from Tennessee Valley Net. 706-657-4367. Online at tvn.net. The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
Country cooking with family recipes. That's what you'll get at Howard's Restaurant, offering a full menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. plus an all-you-can-eat lunch and dinner buffet. They make all their homemade bread and pizza dough and sauce. Come by Howard's Restaurant for special buffets. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Howard's Restaurant in Eider, located in the Old Cabbage Bowl Restaurant. Catering is available. Call today, 256-657-4191.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
Hello and welcome back to this week's Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. It's Dade County High School's turn at the mic, and again, I'm Jamie Farney, principal at Dade County High School, and I'm joined with assistant principal / athletic director Brent Cooper. So we wanted to take a minute now just to kind of update you on all the things athletic that are going on right now at the high school. Obviously, we're winding down the school year, but there's still a lot of buzz around Coach Pruitt's hiring. We're excited about that, and there's also some basketball stuff that we want to talk about. But first off, before we get into those things, talk to the folks at home about Aiden Norman.
Aiden Norman just competed in the state tournament for golf. I don't know the guy's name. I know Nick Wilson, our golf coach, was telling me last week that he was runner-up to a guy that's committed to Alabama, and Alabama's got a pretty good golf program.
Yeah,
so kind of anxious to see how Aiden did at the state tournament this week. And today I passed him in the hallway, and I asked him, I said, Aiden, how'd it go? And he goes, top 15. And I'm thinking, top 15 out of how many,
Yeah.
And he says 90. So I was really impressed, with top 15 out of 90. So Aiden had a good showing. I couldn't tell you where the event took place. It's
I think it was near Carrollton.
I can't remember, but he had a really good showing. Good thing about it, he was a little down. He said, I only made the top 15. So, I've never.
I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah,
especially with my golf game.
Witnessed him play golf, but that's a pretty good feat, I believe, to finish top 15 in the state.
Yeah, I saw some still shots from the tournament, and all I know is the follow through looked like a $1 million one. That kid's got some great form, so maybe I could get some pointers from him. Mm-hmm. Another athletic tidbit I wanted to talk about is one of our football coach finalists was a fellow named Troy Beck, and he approached us after Coach Pruitt got the job and expressed interest in still maybe becoming a Wolverine. So talk to us a little bit about Troy Beck, what he'll be doing for the high school now, and what we expect for him to add to the football program.
Yeah, we talked a little bit last week about how the interview process went. On Monday night of that week, we had Coach Pruitt, and he just knocked it out of the ballpark.
Really
and so
did.
we remember we really spoke to our committee about being open-minded the rest of the week and just trying to put Coach Pruitt's interview to the side and just really listen to everybody that came in. And we said how impressed we were with the other 4 remaining candidates. And, Troy was one of those. He really impressed us. He really wanted to become a Wolverine. He was let down that he didn't get the job. And so we went for a period of time where we didn't communicate with him, but he kind of reached out to us and said that he was still would like to come learn under Coach Pruitt. That's one thing that impressed me about a guy that's been in the business or the profession for 20 years.
Absolutely.
He's played college football, yet he's wanting to learn under Coach Pruitt. So that tells you what kind of hire that we've made in Coach Pruitt. But yeah, Coach Pruitt and Troy Beck met Sunday afternoon. They talked, and Coach Pruitt said, "Yeah, I'd like to have this guy on my staff." A little bit about Troy. I actually worked with Troy back at South Pittsburgh High School, my alma mater, and I was the middle school coach, and he was the high school assistant football coach. He graduated from UTC. I think he was a team captain in 1989 and 90. He was actually the Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
If you haven't seen Troy, he's a pretty big man.
He's a hoss. He's a hoss.
Hands are about 2 of mine.
Yeah. I remember shaking his hand, and it kind of wrapped around my hand twice.
And so his presence, on the football field, and especially even in the classroom, it's just instant respect. And Troy, He's been in some successful programs. You know, he left South Pittsburgh and ironically went to the enemy, you know, our arch rival, Marion County.
Nemesis, yeah.
Was the head coach there for a short period, maybe 5 or 6 years. I remember when I called a reference from Marion County, you know, he also spoke about Troy. When I called about Dale Pruitt, he spoke about Troy, and he didn't have a negative word to say about either one of them. Said they'd both be fantastic. So, you know, he also went to Signal Mountain and was part of a state championship coaching staff there, and is currently finished up at Saudi Daisy as the defensive coordinator there. So he's looking to get a little closer to home. So I'm excited to have Troy. I know it's going to be a good hire for our already, you know, pretty stable coaching staff. You know,
absolutely.
Several of the guys that we have on staff graduated from Dade County High School. They know our kids. And so we were really, you know, people, it's a myth. They think when you hire a head coach that, you know what, assistants is going to bring, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't bring in 5 or 6 people. No. I mean, we don't have the teaching positions. Well, we actually might have 5 or 6.
We do now.
But anyway, you know, Coach Pruitt hasn't been that demanding on that area. We've had, you know, options for a couple new hires and the coaching staff, but we really thought it was important to have the consistency that we have with our current coaching staff, and you know, the kids already have good relationships with them, and so we have, you know, added one and possibly going to add another here pretty soon, but just really excited about Troy joining our staff.
Well, and I think you know, Coach Pruitt has been a pleasure to work with, because somebody that's got as many wins as he does and has had as much success as he's had, it would be real easy to have an ego and to come in and try to call his shots. In fact, that was one of the things that I was afraid of after the first interview. I was like, good Lord, this guy's going to come in here and ask for the moon and the stars, and we're going to probably try to give it to him, because we know that's what he brings to a program. But anybody who knows me knows that academics always comes first. And so in my mind, I was really afraid that he was going to be like, you know, I want my buddy, you know, Jimmy and Jerry, and we're going to, you know, all this stuff, and you need to make a position or anything like that. When he heard that Barry Schrader was on staff, you know, and got a chance to talk to him, they've known each other for years and years and years. I think that immediately made him feel better about the situation. And really, he hasn't approached us about hiring anybody. We always look for folks who can help us in the classroom academically, but also athletically, you know, or whether it's sponsoring a sport or helping with band, you know. We've got lots of needs. But yeah, Coach Pruitt's been a great pleasure to work with, and like we said, when we interviewed all the folks for the head coaching position, we knew that we couldn't have gone wrong with any of them. We obviously felt that Coach Pruitt would, you know, bring the most knowledge and stability.
I was really impressed with you know, I've never seen a coach recruit the hallways like Coach Pruitt has in my 20 years of education. It's blown my mind. You know, he's been as good as advertised, and the energy level, I mean, it's been hard to keep up with him. You know, his first request was to meet with every male student that we have 3 at a time. And I'm like, Coach, let me help you out, man. I mean, I know this guy here is not going to play football. And he said, you know, I want to meet with him because if he's part of our student body, even if he's playing or not, he's still part of our team. I want him in the stands cheering for us. And I've respected that a lot. And, you know, he's been in the middle school, talked to every male student at the middle school. We made it up to Davis yesterday, but we had some scheduling conflicts and couldn't make it down to Dade Elementary. But he's got some kids excited about playing football around here, and we're really excited to have him. And it's been inspiring to watch him, you know, work our hallways. Another thing, if we have time, I'll mention the basketball camps coming up.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yep. So June the 17th through the 20th, we're going to have a boys and girls skills camp where our basketball program at Dade County High School, obviously there in the gym, from 9 a.m. to noon. That covers ages 5 to 14, and the cost of that is $60. So they'll do the skills camp, and then they will divide up in teams and play games each day.
And it is, you talk about, you know, I've coached basketball for many years. You talk about really working on fundamental skills. I mean, it's one of the reasons why our girls program has been as strong as it has for as long as it has, because starting at a young age, starting with these camps that have been going on for literally decades, working on those fundamental skills, because you can't coach athleticism, but you can coach court awareness and that follow through, paying attention to the small details. And one of my favorite things to do is to go to the camp and just sit back and watch our high school girls and our high school boys interact with and coach the little kids. Tori Payne last year, she's a senior this year. If she doesn't end up a teacher, it's her calling. I mean, she was so great with those kids. And so it's not something where there's going to be 50 kids just running around all over each other. It's very organized, and it's one of those things where you can drop your kid off, go take care of your shopping, have some you time, and know that they're going to be taken care of and working on those skills and fundamentals. So
what I like about it too, it's about building relationships. Those 5 and 6 year olds and 11 and 12 year olds, they get to see our head coaches. They get to talk to them, learn their name, and just kind of build that relationship, that foundation. And with our kids, I can tell you, when I was 10 years old, I can tell you football players' jersey numbers.
Oh yeah.
Because you look at them like they're the king,
Oh,
and
absolutely, yeah.
I'm really excited about that for our kids. They get to, mingle with their players and, during that week, and so it's fun to watch.
It really is. Well, I think that's it for our athletic segment. If we think of anything over the commercial break, we'll come back. But next thing we're going to do is talk about kind of our personnel status, about some new hires that we've got, kind of tell people about that and what they can look forward to, as well as some openings that we still have. So stay tuned.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, no fast food, good food fast.
Rising Fawn Hardware is your place for all your gardening needs. Seeds, onion sets, cabbage, strawberry plants, and more. A complete line of home hardware items, too. Everything for the house, including plumbing, hardware, and metal roofs. Plus, Rising Fawn Hardware has everything you need for your livestock, including name brands like Nutria, Tucker, and Faithway. Always with a hometown atmosphere, it's Rising Fawn Hardware. 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Open 8 in the morning till 6 at night, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 8 to noon on Wednesday. Even open on Saturday from 8 until 4. Rising Fawn Hardware.
Hello folks, my name is Richard Archer, General Manager here at Landers McClarty Ford. Whether you're looking for new or used, we can satisfy your vehicle needs at 1916 Glen Boulevard here in beautiful Fort Payne, Alabama.
Right now, get up to 0% for 60 months in customer cash savings up to $3,500 on the 2019 Ford Fusion with EcoBoost. Or enjoy up to $2,000 customer cash savings along with 0% APR for 72 months on the 2019 Ford F-150 Lariat. And military and first responders save an additional $1,000 off MSRP. With approved credit, see dealer for details and additional fees.
Landers McClarty Ford, your hometown dealer.
Looking around your home thinking it may be time for a new look? Let Comfort Gallery in Kimball help you make perfect choices for every room in your home. Living room, bedroom, dining room suites from all the major furniture manufacturers. If we don't have what you need in the store, browse our full-color interactive kiosk to find exactly what you need. And don't forget a new mattress set. After all, sleeping well makes everything better. At Comfort Gallery, we offer free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months, same as cash. Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, 1 mile north of I-24, exit 152A in Kimball, Tennessee.
Come hungry and leave satisfied at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon. Cloud's Pizza uses only the freshest ingredients, and we hand toss our own pizza dough. Our pizzas are made from scratch when you order, so they're always fresh. And don't forget about our famous Sand Mountain cheese sticks. You can eat from the daily buffet or try a mouth-watering hamburger or cheeseburger. Come see your friends at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon, and never leave hungry. Call ahead at 597-3100 for Cloud's Pizza. Visit us on Facebook at Cloud's Pizza and more.
Come see us at Cloud's Pizza.
Hello and welcome back to Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. Again, it's Dade County High School's week. Myself, I'm Jamie Farney, principal at Dade County High School, and this is Mr. Brent Cooper, assistant principal. So far, we've talked about class night and graduation. We're excited to have those two events coming up on the 23rd and 24th at 7 o'clock. We've talked a little bit about athletics, giving a big shout out to Aiden Norman for doing a fantastic job, 15th out of 90 golfers, so we'd like to see that. And we've also talked about Troy Beck, who actually during the commercial break we found out is in the UTC Hall of Fame for his defensive efforts over the years, and that his son is actually currently playing for UTC, so that was an interesting little tidbit there. Talked about our basketball camps. Now I want to take just a couple of minutes and talk about personnel, which it seems like it's kind of a moving target right now. Mr. Cooper and I, and as well as Ms. Barton, have been working hard to fill the slots that we have. We've had a retiree. We've had some folks that are moving on to different locations for different things. But right now, talk to us about our first couple of hires that we've made here recently.
Yeah, we're really excited. Shelby Cloud is one of our graduating seniors for this week, and her mother, Sonia Cloud, is going to join our staff as a custodian. We're really thankful for Dr. Harris for allowing us to add we've got a pretty big building, We've got 2 full-time custodians and a part-time custodian, and so getting to add her to our team, having a female there as well, and we're really excited to have Sonia. Got a little bit of relationship with her already because of Shelby being a cheerleader and a student at our school, so she'll be starting with us next week. We've mentioned Troy Beck as a math teacher. We also hired another math teacher, actually 2 more math teachers, Katie Horton and Stan Gibby.
Now, Katie's coming to us from UTC, correct?
Yes, Katie and Kristen Elliott, who's going to be hired for our social studies. Charity and I, if you remember, went to a teacher recruiting fair. We went to one last year as well at UTC, but this year they set it up a little different. Maybe they had this last year and we just didn't sign up, but you could actually interview teachers there, and so we set up for about 10 interviews, and man, we just knew right off the bat when Kristen Elliott sat across from our table, I'm like, look, I know you probably won't give us a shot, but you're going to be a rock star somewhere. And man, we were able to hire her, which I was really impressed with her during the interview time, and Katie Horton as well. She just had so much confidence, and I don't remember having that much confidence at 23 years old. And
no.
She sat across and just gave us the answers we wanted to hear, but you could tell she was really genuine, had a lot of her references just talked about how she was just willing to go the extra mile and do whatever it took for a student. And so we're really excited to add those 2, and we found them there at the UTC recruiting fair, so we were excited about that.
Yeah, it's oftentimes hard for us to compete with Hamilton County because a lot of times they'll do things like pay for master's degrees and things like that in exchange for signing a contract. In our particular case, we don't have that to offer, unfortunately. But Dr. Harris and the school board has actually helped us with a $1,000 incentive that we're able to give to our math and science teachers to kind of help lure them away. And by Mr. Cooper and Ms. Barton going the extra mile and actually going out to the recruiting fairs, it helped increase our candidate pool. A lot of times, for whatever reason, student teachers and teachers in general in Tennessee don't know about teachgeorgia.org, which is literally a one-stop shop on the internet that you can apply for jobs all across the state, and pretty much every school district that I know of uses it. So it's really a one-stop shop, and I think if more of those Alabama and Tennessee teachers knew about it, they'd kind of have a better feel, and we might get a larger pool. I had the opportunity to go up to Covenant. We didn't pull down any teachers from there, but they had some excellent candidates, and at the time it didn't kind of line up with what our openings were, but now that we're making the calls, they've already been snapped up too. So they do a wonderful job with their teacher prep programs. Dalton State does too. So we've got several places to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we keep working the crowd there, we'll continue to find them. Right now, as far as openings, it seems like every time we hire somebody, we find out about a new opening. We've got 2 science teachers. Ms. Davidson will be leaving us at the end of the year. We have absolutely loved having her as a Wolverine. She has moved recently, and so this is closer to her home, and it's a great time for her to her son to start a new school and that kind of thing. So we're going to miss her, but we know that she's going to do well over there. So 2 science, social studies position that we've got some hot leads on there. We've got a parapro position, an office staff position. Mr. Cooper's wife is going to be resigning at the end of the year to follow her passion of being a party planner, decorator.
Yeah, I'll have a quick plug in for her. If you're about to get married anytime soon, check her out on Facebook. She's very talented.
That's right. Well, and we hate to see Chastity go, but we know that she's going to do so well in that. I saw an event that she put on recently. Mr. Cooper had sent me some still photos, and I was like, she didn't do that. Over 200 people were in attendance. I mean, just fantastic job. We got another math position, and then the biggest one, lose an old cherry to go to Davis Elementary School. So we know that she's going to be amazing up there. We couldn't hold her back. We had to let her spread her wings, but it's great leaving on great terms with her, and I'm glad that I'll be able to work with her as a principal just right down the road. So just improving those relationships and, that pathway from elementary all the way through high. But anyway, that's all we've got for this week. I want to thank you for tuning in to Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. Again, it's been Dade County High School. We hope you have a great rest of your week.